So you have been seeing all these slick videos on TikTok and Instagram and thinking, I wish I could do that if only I knew how. Well, you're watching the right video because I'm going to show you exactly how to use CapCut from absolute zero to hero. And the best part, everything I'm showing you today is completely free. First things first, let's get you signed in. Now you can download CapCut on your phone, but today we are using the desktop version because for me, editing a fancy video on a tiny screen is like trying to perform surgery with chopsticks. Some of you may already be experts at using a mobile phone, but I like mine big. So head on to CapCut.com and you'll see the sign in options. I like to use the CapCut online version because I think it's good enough. I just click with the Google accounts because we are all swimming in Google accounts anyway, aren't we? Well, if it's the first time you use CapCut, it'll ask you some questions during the sign up, like what kind of content you make, your experience level, all that jazz. Just answer honestly. They're not judging you. I promise they have seen worse. And we are in. Welcome to CapCut. But before we start throwing clips around like a digital Gordon Ramsay, we need to check something really important. We need to go on to the left panel to look at the storage space. And the storage space is where you put all your media and assets and projects. Go all the way up to the top. Make sure you see 5 gigabytes of storage there. That's like, I don't know, enough for quite a few projects. Good stuff. But if you see something like 1 bit or barely any storage, that means there is something strange in the neighborhood. Who are you gonna call? Nobody. Just sign out and try a different Google account. We all have at least 3 Google accounts, don't we? Now I know you're excited to start editing, but trust me on this. You need to get organized. It saves chaos later. Think of it like Marie Kondoing your digital workspace. To do that, let's create a new folder to keep everything neat. Click on that little new folder icon up there. Give it a sensible name, maybe tutorial project, my first masterpiece, I love Andrew learns AI, whatever resonates with you. But if you don't see the folder immediately, don't worry. Simply click the refresh button. Sometimes computers can get pretty naughty. Voila. Now let's fill this folder. Click on your new shiny folder to open it and then hit the upload button. And that's where you see the upload media, upload file. Select all your audio and video files, all the raw ingredients for your video soup. You simply click open and very quickly your videos are loaded. All right, files are now in there. If you don't see any visuals again, click that refresh button and you should be able to see all your good stuff there. Now let's actually make something. Hit that back arrow to return to your main spaces page. I'll just click this button and I'm back to the main spaces page. Now this is the magic button. Create new video. Click it. Go on. Click it. Feel the power. You can soon start editing. Every creator needs editing, from Hollywood to Bollywood. And welcome to the CapCut editor. Now I know this looks like a cockpit of a spaceship, but I promise it's not as complicated as it seems. Let me give you the quick tour. Let's break down what we are looking at. Top section, this is your preview window. This is where you'll see what your video actually looks like. Left side, this is your media library. If you click on media, there it is, the folder that you created. All these are the clips and audio files you uploaded. They're here, waiting patiently like puppies at a shelter. Adopt them into your timeline. Over here, bottom section, the timeline, this is where the magic happens. This is where your video comes together layer by layer. like a really nice lasagna. So on the bottom of your menu, these are all the tools, effects, transitions, text, and all the fun stuff. We'll get to them in a minute. And right on top, you see export, undo, redo buttons, all the good stuff. And here is some tutorial in yellow boxes. Take a look at them, just absorb them and click them away. Right, let's build this thing. First, I always start with audio because, well, if you're making a music video, family vacation, movie, or anything with a soundtrack, the music is your foundation. Just click or drag your audio file down to the timeline, drop it to the audio track, just like this. And you'll see the green line right at the bottom. Just take note, if the audio is not from time 0, you'll get no audio for that period. So make sure you shift it down to the 0 line. Now for the video clips, same deal, just drag and drop, or just simply click them and they will drop it into the timeline. And you look at this needle, where this needle is, the next clip you drop, it will drop where the needle is. If you shift the needle to the right side and you click another clip, it will drop where the needle sits. So now I want to talk about this button here. This are magnifying buttons. So if you look at the clips that you have dropped, they seem very small on a timeline. How to magnify it? You just click the plus and you zoom into them. Now, when I play it, you get the music and the video running at the same time. Oh, so what happened? It was a mess. Well, this audio clip has got its own song already embedded into this video clip, and sort of it overlapped with my overarching soundtrack, and it's not a good idea to have two audio tracks playing at the same time. It will confuse the heck out of everybody. So what we want to do, if we have got an audio clip, we want to delete that audio within the clip itself, or if it is a spoken dialogue in a clip, you can separate the audio and then lower the volume or increase the volume as you require. How do I separate the audio? You click on this clip, right click, and you see separate audio. You can click that, or the shortcut key is Ctrl-Shift-S. There is also this button that you can shift up. You can, from here, see two audio clips already. This audio file belongs to this clip. And what I want to do is I could either delete it away, or if I go up to the basic icon on the top right, I could reduce the volume by sliding it down to reduce the decibels. So this is a good application if, let's say, I have got a family video and there is a dialogue going on. What I want to do is increase so that dialogue is more audible. I could increase the decibel. But in this case, I want to get rid of this audio so that I have only one soundtrack playing. So far, all these are video clips. But if you want to place images, say family photos, you can do so. Simply add them to the timeline. Here, I've got an image. So to add it in, I will simply drag it in. And because it is an image with no motion, I can actually drag it however long I want. But I wouldn't recommend more than 5 seconds per photo, else you may lose your audience. Now, to make it more appealing, you can animate your images so it doesn't become too static. How do I animate it? I just click on this image and find the animate icon up there. If I click, then clicking on combo is not a bad idea. Just avoid the purple diamonds because these are premium clips or effects, And if you choose one of them, you won't be able to download your video and you would have wasted all your time, unless you are on a paid subscription. Now, you can just go down. I like to go all the way down, and I can find some free effects that is good. And I just click, for example, pen right. It just brings to life your still image and make it more appealing to look at. Well, just like that, you've got yourself a basic video. Well, a very basic video, like aggressively basic, but we are going to make it beautiful. Let's add some polish. Well, for one, we can make the cuts look less choppy. We are going to add transitions. Those are the smooth bridges between your clips. CapCut has loads of transitions, dissolves, wipes, zooms, plenty. But my personal favorite, the classic black fades. How do we add the transitions? Well, simply just click on any video, go on the left side, find transitions, and there, my personal favorite that I mentioned just now is in overlay. Click on the view all. You'll see a lot of different transitions. So scroll down until you see a pretty girl, and there, black fade will be just 2 icons prior, and there it is. And you'll see the transition between. Again, if you find it too small, do magnify it by clicking the plus, and there you see the transition is placed between the clips. And if you play it as this really smooth transition, makes it less hard. Well, you can drag the sides to change the transition timing, or you can click on the basic and you can just slide to change the transition time. The longer, the slower the transition. And it would be a very slow transition. If we want to replicate this transition across so that we get consistency, do right-click and apply all. If you zoom out, you'll see all the transitions between the clips. Now for my favorite part, captions, specifically lyrics captions, because you can now sing along like in the karaoke. To get captions, look on the left panel, click on captions, and then click on auto lyrics. You see this drop down. If it is an English song, leave it English. If you have a Chinese song, get it Chinese. But so far, only these 2 languages, because CapCut is basically from ByteDance, and it sort of explains why. Now, take note that after you generate it, you'll get lyrics where there is a voice singing. This generate button, you can only get it twice free a month. So use it very diligently. After you click it, the lyrics show. Let's take a look.
Paws make the softest sound. A rabbit twirls with a little spin. The Christmas cheer begins within. Oh, they're dancing, dancing in the snow under lights that shine.
Just take note that the orange is in its position when there is vocal voice singing. There is a reason why the orange is here and not in the earlier portion, simply because nobody was singing. Now, if you shift the orange just because you cannot stand an empty space, that's a big no-no, because your lyrics will be out of sync with the voice. Now, question, can I change the captions? Yes, you can. For one thing, this caption is too small and it's too difficult to read because white on white is difficult. To change the size of the font, you just click on the text and click on basic. Underneath, you see the font size. I would recommend you make it bigger. Bring it down. You look at the background. This will help the contrast. Click the background. find a cherry color and 3 dots here. You can change the opacity, and there it is already more visible. And this will be applied across. So when you play it,
snowflakes fall, they kiss the ground. Tiny paws make the softest sound. A rabbit.
Now, if you go to presets and click on templates, these are some pretty nice fonts that you can use. Click the ones without the diamond, unless you want to pay. And for example, this one, the quick brown fox, if you click onto it, you get animated text. You can drag the box to make it bigger and shift it such that it's centered. And when you play it, you get a very nice effect.
Snowflakes fall, they kiss the ground. Tiny paws make the softest sound. A rabbit twirls with a little spin.
If you find that you need to change some spelling, all you have to do is to click on this caption, and under basic, you'll see the text there. You can just change it accordingly, and the text will change.
Joy, it starts to show.
Sometimes your audio is too long and you want to use just a specific section. Let's learn to trim. Click on the audio track to select it, and you see the black handles. If you want to trim it, just bring it down. Alternatively, you just move the needle where you want to chop it off, and you just click on split, and it's chopped off. You can delete it. But is it gone forever? No, it's not. And you see the handle, you can drag it back in. Now, there are other additional lyrics. Now, without the song, you want to get rid of it. Select all the lyrics, just press delete, and they are gone. And there you have it, a nicely trimmed audio file. But of course, we don't want an audio to end abruptly. So what we can do is click on this audio and look for basic icon. You can go fade out, and I like to put it around 3 seconds. You see the music tapers off. If you drag it to 10 seconds, you get a softer ending.
Owls hoot out a steady beat. Deer tap hooves in the frosty street.
There it is. But you know what every good video needs? Credits. Even if it's just you in your bedroom with a laptop, you've got to give it to yourself that Hollywood treatment. We're going to add an end credit that says an Andrew Chu production. Obviously, you'll put your name there, unless your name is also Andrew Chu, in which case, hello, fellow Andrew. Small world. First, make sure the timeline needle is placed where you want the text to appear. And I'm going to select text. Over here, I can just add a text box. And I type in an Andrew production. Now it's a bit big. I can reduce the size and put it there. There it is. And when I play it,
owls hoot out a steady beat. Deer tap hooves in the frosty.
well, it can be a little static. What you can do is select one of these templates here. For example, this one. What I can do is I can change the length and change the size and type in the words. I could also select animation, click on out, how you want it to disappear, and I could click fade out. And if I play it, it can work very nicely.
Owls hoot out a steady beat. Deer tap hooves in the frosty street.
That's it. Now here's a secret weapon, CapCut templates. To get the template, simply go to the left, templates, and I would want to do a search and credits. These are the pre-made video structures where you just drag in your clips. CapCut does all the fancy editing for you. It's like having a professional editor trapped in your computer. Very useful. You'll find hundreds of these, everything from Instagram Reels to YouTube intros to full music video templates. I might want to pick a suitable end credits. For example, this, I click it in, but what I want to do is to bring it after the music, so I'll just shift it here and it should give me quite a nice effect. Because this template itself has got some music, I'll just play it. Let's see the effect.
Owls hoot out a steady beat, deer tap hooves in the frosty street.
And that's it. So to edit that template, all I have to do is to click onto this one, and I can change all these images by just dragging my images in. For example, I've got this one. I could just drag it in and the background picture changes, or I can simply drag this into there and I bring my pictures in. Alternatively, I can even put a video in it, and that should work out pretty well as well.
Tap hooves in the frosty street.
And there you go. So plenty of flexibility for micro editing there, but I've given you all the necessary building blocks for you to build a pretty good, meaningful video for yourself. All right, your video is looking absolutely gorgeous. Time to export this masterpiece and share it with the world. To do that, click that big export button up there at the top and you get some options. You can only download it if you have not used any of the premium features. I'll just click the download and it says One Pro benefit in use. So how do I locate that if I get into trouble? I just click on this and over here it is a premium feature. So either I delete it or I change the text. Now that I've changed the text and it's not premium anymore, I should be able to export it. Click download and here I see a lot of options. What I want to do is to rename it, select the resolution. For most of you, 1080 at 30 frames per second is perfect. That's full HD, looks great on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you're posting. But if you want 4K, you can go higher, but the file size will be large. Personally, I always go for it, expecting everyone to enjoy my YouTube videos on their 105-inch TVs at home. So go ahead, select 4K. And CapCut is very generous to allow us to even have 4K free of charge. And I click export and there it is. At a click of a button, your masterpiece is being baked. And that's it. You've just learned the essentials of CapCut from signing in to exporting your first video, and you did it all on the free plan. Now I know that it was a lot of information, but you know what? There's lots more to be discovered. CapCut has so many features. We didn't even touch effects, filters, keyframe, and the list goes on and on. But you've got the foundation now. You can build anything. If you found this helpful, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment. Tell me what you want to learn next. Should we dive into advanced CapCut techniques, AI animation, something else entirely? You tell me. I'll make it happen. I'm Andrew. This is Andrew Learns AI, and remember, you don't need fancy paid software to create amazing content. You just need to learn, practice, and maybe watch a few more of my tutorials. Now go make something awesome. I'll see you in the next one. AI on.